Hello?
Hey, howdy.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I'm just chilling. What you doing?
Conducting a poll.
Oh boy, do I get to be a part of that poll?
Would you like to be?
I would love to be. I love polls.
I'm just trying to find my pen right now.
Oh, you're good. I always lose my fucking pen. It just every time I set it down, into the void it goes.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, okay, it works. On a scale of -10 being bad, 0 being neutral, and +10 being good, what is your opinion of Christian people?
Well, I'm Christian, and I'd say it really depends. I mean, I'm neutral in some places, but that being said, I agree. There are some Christians that don't act very Christian. There are some Christians that are complete dickholes, and I don't like those kinds of Christians. I think Christians need to focus more on their personal relationship with God and less on pushing it on other people. If somebody don't want to be Christian, don't shove it down their goddamn throat.
Yeah, I agree.
That's pretty much my stance on it. And then you got like really great ones. Like they'll talk with you if you want, but they won't bring it up or force it down your throat if you don't want it. So I mean,
Well, on a score of -10 to +10.
I'd probably say I'm pretty neutral because I mean I've seen both sides. So
So you say neutral?
yeah,
Okay. So 0. What is your opinion
yeah,
of Muslim people?
same as the other one. I mean, if it comes down to like a religion poll, I believe I would be neutral on all of them because with everything in life, you got the bad side, you got the good side, and you got the people right in the middle.
Okay, well, it goes through all the religions, all the races, and all the sexualities, just so you know. And then there are a
Oh, the
couple of extra
sexuality part, I
strange
don't.
questions at the end. So,
Well,
so, so for
for
all
for the
religions, so for Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Hindu, and atheist, you'd all put 0.
yep, same with the race.
Okay, so
As far as
for
sexuality goes, I don't agree with that stuff.
so for white, black, Asian, Hispanic, and albino, you'd all put 0.
Mhm.
Okay, and for straight, gay, and trans, you'd all put 0.
Trans is a no. Gay is 0, and straight is also 0. I don't believe in that transgender shit.
So what is trans? Is that you say -10?
Yep, I don't agree with none of that.
All right, -10. And how patriotic are you for your home country?
Oh, buddy, I'm a fucking 10 all the way.
+10.
Oh yeah.
Are you American?
Yep, born and raised.
Nice, me too. All right, now I
Hey.
got some weird questions.
I,
Who's the person you love the most in the world?
my husband, and my daughter.
Okay. How many albinos would you hack to death by hand in order to save their lives?
Oh, any amount. Ain't
All of
nobody
them?
gonna kill my husband. Yeah, no, I fucking, dude, I'd commit mass genocide for them.
Okay, so you
In a
genocide
heartbeat.
all the albinos for the sake of your husband and
Dude,
daughter?
I genocide everybody just for my husband
Okay,
and my daughter.
that's a good answer. I like that one.
Thank
Um,
you.
Here's a weird one I just thought of because I'm trying to add because like albino slaughter was the last weird question I had, and I'm trying to figure out new weird questions. And I
Shit.
usually get guys on here, so this question is usually tailored for guys, but it works on a woman too. Uh,
Oh, buddy, I guarantee if you come across any modern day woman that's like more modern day thinking, they'd probably fucking curse your ass out.
all right, this is a weird one. How
All
many
right.
how many dudes, random dudes, would you jack off in order to prevent your parents from thinking that you jacked off dudes, considering if you didn't do any, they'd think you did it anyway?
I don't really give a fuck about, well,
Let's
here's
see,
the thing,
let's
my
see, it doesn't
parents are,
really work on a woman. It works on a guy mostly. So, all right, we'll
nah,
move to the next one. Uh, how many kids would it take for you to remove your own genitals? Like if I said if you don't remove your genitals, then 200 children will be killed.
Well, right now, as it stands, my husband and I want 7. We've had one. I've got a severe
Oh,
spinal deterioration, so
congratulations on
probably.
the one though.
Thank you. She's already throwing punches and headbutting people. I'm
Aw,
so proud.
that's so cute.
Oh, I know, right? She's so precious.
How many children would it take? Okay, well, let's say you had all the kids you wanted to have,
All right.
and then the question comes to you.
Oh, I'm
You
cutting
gotta
them big
remove your
right out.
genitals. How many children would it take before you said that's too many?
7.
No, I mean like so at 8 kids you'd say like I'm not killing. I'm keeping my genitals.
No, I'd get rid of them at that point because I can't keep putting up with that strain on my spine, buddy. I can't keep pushing them motherfuckers out left and right.
No, again, this one's more for guys. But all right, how many children's eyeballs would you remove by hand to save your parents' lives?
0.
So if your parents' lives were on the line and there was some random kid, you wouldn't pull their eyeballs out?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay. Well, that's a very nice answer.
I don't like my parents. I mean,
Oh, that doesn't count. What about your daughter and your husband?
oh, so many.
All of
I
them?
don't discriminate. You line them up. I'll live right
Line them up. All right,
Get line
nice.
together. Get line.
Do you want to debate something?
What's the topic? I need to see if I can actually got enough brain cells for that.
Well, what's the most important topic in your mind right now?
Oh shit.
Trans?
Yeah, I reckon we could go with that.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of that trans bullshit.
Yeah. Because I'm okay with them living their lives, right? That's okay. Back when it was like that and they were just going about their business, I was cool with them. But now we're in a day and age where it's glorified, and I mean, that's okay too, because there are people who genuinely feel like that. But the fact that we're pushing it into children's schools and having drag shows and books put on the shelf for shit that kids that age shouldn't even be seeing or know of, I think that's where I draw the line. And when everyone's demanding respect isn't demanded, it's earned. And if they shove shit down your throat, you can't say nothing about it or you're called every name in the fucking book. There ain't no, like I said, there's good with that and there's bad. It's just most of them don't understand that people are going to do what people are going to do at the end of the day. And if you say you're trans, you should be comfortable enough with yourself and knowing who you are to not need validation from strangers.
That's a good point. I like to think of the idea of the books in the libraries. Like they keep Playboys in plastic bags behind the counter. So why are they giving graphic things to kids? It's like you're supposed to keep that away from them.
Right? And kids that age in the books that those kids are tailored to, they're so young and so influential. It is literally, if anyone would look at it with common sense, it's literally indoctrination. These kids can't think for themselves yet. They don't understand what's right and what's wrong like that, but this is what they're being told. This is what they're being shown. That's what they're going to believe. That's why I'm homeschooling my daughter.
Oh, that's a
I don't
really
want
good
her.
idea. You should definitely do that.
Yeah, no, and I mean, let's be real here. I ain't going to send my daughter to a place where there has to be metal detectors when there shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And it's not exactly like, the information can't be given to the kids easily anymore. You got the internet.
Yeah, and that's fair. Like, I feel like if the kid goes and looks it up on the internet on their own, there ain't no stopping that. That's on the parents. They need to monitor that, and that's if they want them to see that. But in schools, it should be kept strictly out of schools.
Yeah,
I do not
absolutely.
believe for anything like that out in public or extracurricular, like where kids are. It's just, that's literal indoctrination.
I'm going to make this into, I'm doing a video series. So I'm going to make this a video, and I'm not going to put your face. I'm going to put a big cartoon character over your face. So you can say whatever you want. What do you think the punishment for the doctors who do this should be. Considering the Hippocratic Oath is to do no harm, I think they should be executed.
Well, I don't know. I believe in an eye for an eye, right? So, like, if you take someone's life, yours should be taken. However, that's not what them doctors are doing. I think we need to mutilate them and see how that goes then.
Yeah, cut their dicks off.
Like, because these kids, if you think about it in a certain way, they don't have a choice. I mean, this shit's being shoved down their throats in schools. So we shouldn't give the doctors a choice either.
When I was a kid, I wanted to build a giant pyramid in the Pacific Ocean and then dye my pupils white and my irises red and my aqueous humor black and get silver hair and live in a big pyramid. And it's like, that's what I wanted to do. So that's the mind of a child. I don't know.
Dude,
I was fucking 7.
You know? I was still playing with Polly Pockets.
Yeah.
Like, these kids are out here getting pregnant nowadays, cutting their fucking genitals off, dressing like the opposite gender. It's completely fucking backwards. I think our country as a whole needs to go back to the older times when shit like this wasn't even talked about.
Let me tell you one thing and then another thing. It was really cute. There was one little video I saw where it's a little kid and he's like 4 years old and he runs out of the house because he's like, oh, I don't like you, Dad. The dad's like, okay, go. And he gets halfway down this walkway and then he turns around and cries and runs back in.
I've seen that. That is so wholesome. It's like, I need my dad.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I think dads need to, I mean, granted, there are still real men out there. There are, because I found one. I think men need to ball up a little more and teach their kids the right way.
Yeah.
You know, dads need to be more involved, because if you look at the statistics, fatherless homes have higher crime rates, higher abuse rates, and everything along the lines of that. Fathers are so fucking needed. It's just nobody wants to fucking step up.
Well, that's why you have bad boys, is because they don't have a role model that they respect. Because like young men need a role model. If they can't find it with their dad, they're gonna go get it from somebody else who might be a local gangster or some tough kid down the street. Well, one thing I want to tell you, which is cool, is that me and my friend discussed this, which is Back to the Future. We need to go back to like the 1950s and live that way again.
I agree, because I'll tell you, I do have a job, right? But I prefer being a homemaker. I mean, my man goes out, makes the money, and I cook dinner right now. I clean the house, I take care of the kids, and I'm okay with that. I think more people need to go back to that kind of life because it's simple, it's to the point, and there ain't no bullshit wrapped up in it of all this other stuff that we have going on in our modern day country.
I wish there were more like you.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, you're an increasingly rare type of person, which everyone really likes.
Well, I appreciate that. I just don't believe in all this nonsense. I think somewhere along the way we fucked up really bad. We gave someone an inch and they took a fucking mile and kept going with it. And then that's how we get here.
Well, even think about the progression of humanity itself. Like, with technology, we've changed so rapidly in just the last 100 years. It's like, that's not how people should develop. We've been thousands and thousands of years of traditional shit, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, let's do everything differently. And nothing works.
Don't fix something that's broken. That's my firm belief.
Exactly. Don't fix if it's not broke. That's exactly it.
Oh. Yeah. Let's look at people's fucking priorities nowadays. I'll look at my priorities, right? I just want to live my life, take care of my family, and make sure I live out the rest of my life successful and peaceful. But then you got all these other people here worried about what nail color do I want? What outfit do I want to wear? Oh, she was saying something about me. Oh, he was saying something about her. And it's like, everyone's all up in each other's business. Everyone needs to mind their own goddamn business and live their fucking lives. And we'd be a lot better off. Maybe add a couple more brain cells in there.
Yeah, everyone's really petty because I think the social media lets you talk to too many people at once.
It's all just one giant competition. That's not how it needs to be. We need to rally together, support each other, not tear each other down.
That's what me and my one friend said, is everyone thinks that they're the main character.
It ain't like that.
And we should be more community-based and, like, friendship-based. World-based.
Yeah, I know. There's just so much hate that goes on in this world, like election night. I don't know how it was around you, but the next morning, once the president was announced, Trump, we had stabbings on Republicans. A couple Republicans died because the liberals didn't like that they didn't get the way they wanted. They didn't get their way, so they said, "Let's go be violent." Isn't that the side to like preach love, acceptance, and tolerance? But y'all are really stabbing people because you didn't get what you want. Last
Oh,
I checked, that's illegal, and you could totally be sentenced to death for that. That's another thing. We need to bring back the death sentence in all the states.
and a lot of them should be a little bit more public.
I agree.
If a guy is like an admitted rapist, it's like just hang him hot.
Dead pedophiles won't reoffend.
Turn on the webcam and let everyone see. You know, they'll think
Let
twice
me
next
see that
time.
shit. I'm gonna throw up my disco ball. I'm gonna play some music. I'm gonna drink a
Yeah,
little bit.
it'll be like Monday Night Football. Oh, who's getting executed
Right?
this week?
Woo!
Yeah, you know,
You make my
whatever.
whole bed for it.
It's like give a mouse a cookie. Whatever you tolerate will be taken from you. So if you just let
Exactly.
these people do these crimes and you don't do anything about it, well, they're gonna keep doing it because they think to themselves, "Oh, I can get away with it." But if they
And me
if they see
personally,
themselves getting fucking hung every Monday morning, every Monday afternoon, they're gonna start being like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that."
I'll tell you, the justice system severely needs reform because I was raped twice. I didn't even
Oh,
go
I'm sorry.
report it to the police. It ain't even worth it. It just
Uh,
isn't. They get a slap on the wrist, or we get victim blamed and told we're liars. It ain't worth the fucking heartache of it. Like,
I'm sorry that happened to you. I haven't been
it's all right.
I haven't been
Sad that
raped.
they couldn't get.
Yeah, I haven't been raped, but I've been like robbed, and it's like I feel it's like a similar sort of idea where it's like, is it even worth it to even try to report this?
Right?
And
Because
so
then they'll
then
be
you
like,
feel
well,
like silly because then they got away with it, and you're like, nah.
it's just not worth it no more. Not to mention all the money it'll cost you to go to court, even as just like a victim. It's messed up. It really is. I'll tell you, even from like being charged with a crime, I've been there. I had to defend myself and my husband against my stepmom last year, and she came at me first. She pulled a gun on my husband and I. She stole my phone and his phone. She threw hands first. But when the cops got there, I was taken away in cuffs, sent to county, and I had to go spend some time in jail. I had to go on probation. She didn't get any of that because they wouldn't let me see my side and they wouldn't let me tell my side of the story. No one fucking listens to anyone nowadays. We need better communication in the justice system. It needs reform on both ends. It's just a mess. It's a shit show, I'll tell you.
You want to hear a really sad story happened to me with the
Hmm.
justice system so corrupt? I go to the bank. I'm trying to get a new debit card. The lady says you can't have one because you tried to commit bank fraud. Because I reported a fraudulent check. I didn't try to cash it. I reported it. And then she goes, "Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
can't have a new debit card because you tried to cash fraudulent checks." I was like, "No, I didn't. I reported one." Then she kicks me out. She says, "Get out of here." So then I call the security guy. She says, "I own the bank." I'm like, "No, you don't. You're the manager." So then I call the security guy. He says, "Okay, we'll drop it, whatever." So I got the evidence. I have the email from the guy. I have a video of myself going to the bank because a cop showed up to my house and said, "Oh, you were reported as trespassing," right? So now I have to go to court. But now I'm talking to the security guy, and he says, "Okay, if you just drop it, and we'll drop it too." I'm like, "Okay." So I show up. The lady shows up. I'm like, "I thought you weren't supposed to show up." The judge walks out, talks to her, talks to the cop. They're all friends. They're literally talking about their kid's little league game on the weekend. Then I go into the court, and then she says something, and then I say my thing. I'm like, I have a video of them not saying I trespassed and an email from her boss. And he goes, "Well, she says she has her evidence." And I go, "Okay." And then he goes, "Well, I'm going to find you guilty. How do you want to pay this?" And I'm like, "Wait,
That's exactly
what,
what it
what
is.
about my evidence?" And he goes, "You should have presented it during the trial." I went, "I just tried to." And he goes, "Well, that's too bad." I was like, "What the hell?" And then I go, "Can I appeal it?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then he walks off the thing, and then he talks to her and the cop, and they're all fucking friends. That's American justice, you know? It's like, you kidding
It's
me?
horrible.
And then I had to pay
Bad.
$350 because I was like, you know what? It's not even worth it.
See, that's the issue. See, my firm belief is the justice system needs to look at it like this. There's three sides to every story. There's this person's, there's that person's, and right in the middle, there's the truth. That's what y'all are trying to get to is the truth. But they don't. They
Yeah.
take one side or the other. It's not like that, how it should be at all.
I think judges have way too much power.
I think so too. I think there needs to be more than one judge per case
Yeah,
because then they
like the
could,
Supreme Court.
like, I mean, it works for the Supreme Court. I think we need to start implementing bigger judge benches for just normal cases. I feel like that's one of the best ways we could probably handle it because
That,
then you get multiple viewpoints on it, and maybe this guy who doesn't agree with this guy can, maybe, that's it's that easy.
maybe do the rule of 7, and there should be 7 judges.
Right, and then it should be put up to a vote, and if they can't decide, that's when it should go to a jury.
And also, because we'll have 7 judges per courtroom, we'll have less court cases.
Exactly. And I guarantee you crime will cut down so fucking much because people probably won't reoffend, and they definitely won't want to go in front of 7 judges if they did actually do something, so I'm sure it would deter them a little more.
And
I'm sure.
harsher punishments, though.
Yeah, that for sure. We need to stop letting people off with a slap on the wrist because that's just going to show them that they can get away with it. And they're going to keep on doing it, and it's going to keep on escalating.
Ooh, I got a good idea. How about we have the 7 judge thing, but for every judge, every year, you get a review by 7 other judges about all of your decisions. So when you get these judges that are letting criminals go, it's like, wait, did you let 35 rapists go this year? I don't know, man. And then you get a big panel of people to decide, like, should you still be a judge?
Right? That's what it needs. That's what it needs to be because otherwise you can get away with anything if you ain't looking at it.
They do it to cops, right? They do it to cops. If a cop fucks up, he gets thrown into court. When's the last time?
Everyone besides judges gets that same treatment in that job field.
Yeah.
It's about time people get that.
When's the last time a judge was put on trial? Like,
a judge has been put on trial?
I said, when's the last time? I don't remember one.
I can't think of one.
Maybe they shall be put on trial.
I guarantee you it would really probably come to light how corrupt it is. Either way, but it's been lovely talking to you, but my husband's about to call on his lunch break, so maybe we'll run across again.
All right, it was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.